That is quite simply incredible. Today we're trying 3 more viral TikTok recipes. This is the first one. This is the puff pastry upside down hack. We have got some ready-made puff pastry. We've got some fruit filling. I've got peaches and pineapples, but I've been advised to not go for like mushy fruit, like berries, which could just kind of like go bleh. Optional honey, or I guess you could put like Nutella or marshmallow fluff or jam, and an optional egg wash. Now this is where it's going to confuse me. I'll show you as we get started. So we're going to get a lined baking tray, and ooh, this has just come to me. If you wanted to, so we've got the fruit in the juice and the syrup, but rather than using the honey, or in fact I think we might mix it a little bit, I can add some pineapple juice into the honey to give it a little bit of pineapple kick. Why not? Why the heck not? Let's just do this. I'm just freestyling. Ah, pineapple honey. All right. And the really cool thing is it all happens on our baking tray. So this is one I've just lined with my seal pat. And you can kind of do this any shape you want. So I'm just going to get one for the time being, like a peach one. But like now you've got that size like that, we'll be able to cut our pastry to size, and you could do triangle shapes and circular shapes, whatever you want. Go crazy. Yeah, I'm just having way too much fun with this now. So this one I've done a sort of border of peaches and then pineapple in the middle. And this one, I might just stick it in the gaps there. This is a really nice, easy start. All right, we're nearly there. So we're preheating the oven to the package instructions on the box. And the egg wash is what I don't get, because effectively we're gonna egg wash the bottom, which gets flipped over. Look, I'll show you what I mean. So we've got this puff pastry sheet ready made. We can get a block. And we need to cut it to size to fit this, basically. But I might have fluked this in that I could probably do the lot in one go. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, should I? Idiot. Yeah, I'll just roll that back. We didn't pour on our honey mixture. That smells amazing. Yeah, so I'm gonna carefully put that straight back where it was. Beautiful. So I might just try and shape one a little bit, give it a bit of character. All right, and I think just one of them, I'm gonna actually crimp it. Although obviously normally when you crimp it pastry to pastry. Whereas this, we're just pressing it into the baking tray. But it should still prevent juices possibly escaping. And that does look quite pretty. Show my softer side. So remember, this is gonna be the bottom, and it's gonna grip the ingredients and embed them as it bakes. So this is a beaten egg then. And I guess you could sprinkle sugar on it. Yeah, let's do that. You know, why the heck not? Secret sugar base, no one's gonna see it. Let's just do it, why not? You could even like put like hidden messages if you're making this reluctantly for someone that you don't like. This one, let's put some fork marks in. And then I want to leave one plain, so I'll just do a couple of score marks down the middle like that. Boom. If it works and clings to it, I think it's gonna be awesome. A self-saucing upside down puff pastry. Nice. All right, probably got like 5 minutes to start to introduce recipe number 2. This one is called a crunchy croissant. It basically involves flattening a croissant into this mega buttery disc. Come on. All we're gonna do is squish it, flatten it right down. And whilst I'm on the subject of an ingredient, in fact I generally am for most of my entire videos, the cost to make today's video was over £50. So a massive thank you to anyone that supports me on Patreon. No matter the amount, you genuinely help me pay for the ingredients to keep the channel going. So really appreciate it. Let's roll out this croissant. I'm gonna do the other side. It doesn't tell me to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. A line that Mrs. B is very used to hearing me say about everything in life. Gonna do it anyway. Something inside so strong. Out of pure curiosity, when I was buying the croissants, I also bought some chocolate chip brioche rolls. So I'm gonna just flatten these. I don't know, I have a feeling these are gonna be awesome too. So I'll come back to the crunchy croissant and the crunchy chocolate chip brioche possibly in just a moment, because these, I think, are ready and I've not had any breakfast. Ho, 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 look at these. Shabba dabba ding dong. That's awesome. So remember that extra sugar that we added in there that's puffed up into that base, which is the base, yes. We've got to flip this. I might as well help it a bit. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks blooming good. I guess if you wanted to, you could put it back in the oven to brown like the inside bits, the lining bit that's actually puffed up. But the edges, effectively where it was, did work. Got some custard here that I'll just fill in there, or you put cream on it or whatever. I'm hoping for a nice sugary crunch. Softened syrup-soaked fruit. That is wonderful. I think you could probably understand how much that tastes because of the simplicity of it. It's puff pastry embedding fruit, but it's the theory that has worked. And that little bit of sugary croissant there does elevate it. So whenever I write a recipe up on the website, I'll do my own notes and findings and also feedback from yourselves, which is always, thank you so much for that. So useful. And I'll mention putting the sugar on there. Right, crispy croissants. Oh, you're gonna love that. All right, so these crispy croissants, we're gonna get a frying pan. Gonna drizzle some oil on, cut a piece of parchment the size of the pan, and now we place the croissants into the oil, baking parchment on top. And now this is very Barry, but I'm letting you down today. It says it's best to put something like a foil wrapped brick on it because you want to weigh it down as it cooks. I assume it might want to go back to its original form. Highly unlikely, I know. So my version of that is the next size pan down, which should compress most of it, and another saucepan with some water in it. I'm not sure who come up with this, but cook the croissants for 1 to 2 minutes, removing the weight and checking the bottom to see if it's become browned or toasted. Oh, no, they're really delicate. Okay, so these were actually the sides that were not pan side down, okay? So I'm just brushing this honey in, and then we sprinkle some sugar. So this is gonna be cooked this side down in the pan, weighed down again. So that's no oil this time, but obviously the sugar from the honey and, well, the sugar. So that is sizzling away in there. I'm not gonna do this for very long. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Crispy croissants. Crispy brioche. But in a couple of minutes, these are gonna make ice cream sandwiches. That's the whole point of them. And it warns that this step does get messy. We get the ice cream, put the other croissant on top, press that together like that. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's biting. Look at that. It's so bad. This is why I didn't have any breakfast today. Oh my goodness. It's like, it's a double croissant caramelized ice cream sandwich. Oh my word. I have got to stop and not eat any more of that. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's not crispy in that how I thought it was going to be. It's got a light chewiness to it, a light sort of caramel gumminess to it. And then you're getting the buttery vibes of 2 croissants and then hitting the ice cream in the middle. Oh my gosh. That is quite simply incredible. I've got nothing else to say except I need to get it out of my sight straight away. Right, last one, and oh yeah, this is good too. All right, last up, Boston, you all right, mate? We're basically doing something called a grinder salad sandwich. I'm not certain, but I think a grinder or a hoagie is the same thing as a sub roll, and you can do this on any types of bread, but it's effectively this crazy salad that I think the salad alone went viral, but now that's been like enhanced by put inside the most meatiest sub ever with cheese. So we've got a few little replacements we've had to do, but I think this is going to be rather tasty. We're making the salad. This is some mayonnaise. These are some Greek peppers. They've got a bit of a kick. That's what it said on the jar, but they did have another name. Pepperoncini or pepperoncini. 2 garlic cloves chopped, half of a red onion, red pepper flakes, oregano, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar for some tang, bit of salt, and a bit of pepper. I've got to say, that smells in there. Sweetness, spice, herbs. Mingle all of these flavours through. Oh, that is lovely. God, that is blooming gorgeous. And that's not it. What a great day. This is a sourdough loaf. I quite like the look of it. It's a nice sort of long sub size. It's a little bit shallower in height than I would have liked, but it doesn't matter. What we need to do anyway, though, is take out, actually pinch some of this bread. And from what I've seen, I don't think we put this back in. But if not, you could make some croutons out of this, whiz it up into breadcrumbs, blah, blah, blah. I do not feed the seagulls in our hometown. Oh my gosh, these things are angry. Now it's said to get some provolone cheese, which I could not get hold of, but I googled it and I'm using some edam. That was one of the suggested alternatives. The other one was mozzarella. Beautiful. Now this gets melted onto it. Loud noises. Wow. What a day. To the side of me here, I have a huge packet of deli wafer thin ham. Pepperoni goes down, and then 2 salamis, both from Italy, but both a little different. I would love to have actually put some chorizo in here as well, but I think it's doing okay. And this is going back in the oven to warm it through, and potentially, it doesn't say this, but I guess might release some oils. That smells amazing. Let's keep going. It's just not cheesy enough, apparently. We're grating some parmesan. We've got some large tomato slices, and that gets a little drizzle of olive oil. Pepper. We are going to spoon that grinder salad on top. Oh, the crunch, the colour, the flavour in that alone. My dog is licking his lips very excitedly. And now we simply lift the lid on. Oh, there's some oils drooping down. Oh my goodness. Have a look at that. Wow. Beast! It literally is a sub. It could survive underwater. Sorry, just for scale, look at the size of that. Check that out. What a sandwich. Oh my gosh, it is still warm. Here we go. Wow, that was an adventure. That is like a BLT 10,000. The depth, the sweetness, the crunch, the spice, the tang, the warmth of bringing that all together. Like that on its own, just one bit, you can have that. Very, very filling was my point. So much going on there. Unbelievable. I know what you're thinking, that has got to be my favourite today, but I don't think it is. I loved the simplicity of that puff pastry hack. You could do a really quick dinner with that, with like peas and asparagus and potato slice, maybe a bit of mint, a little bit of sour cream, something like that, and bacon or other meats if you're that way inclined. The crunchy croissant was so good. Remember, I took one bite of that and knew I had to stop because it was that good. It was also that good, if you know what I mean. Wow. But now I've had that with the savouriness and a little bit of the saltiness to a degree, I'm quite keen to have another bite. I'm not going to do it. That was phenomenal. I think this is the first TikTok video where I've absolutely loved all of it massively. There's been some others that I've been like, no, must try harder, or no, that was really bizarre, never ever again. But these 3 today, absolute stonkers. Put your own twist on it. If you do have a go at any of them, send me your photo. I'll put a notes, a recipe right up in my own words. Thanks for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Ciao for now. Something inside so strong, oh no. I know that I can make it, but you're doing me wrong, so wrong. I thought my perk was gone, oh no.